We're back webbing. We're webbing our games, some might say. What is the original reason they called it the web? Put it in the comments below. I could Google it right now, but why would I do that when I can make people interact with my YouTube video? Today I'm drawing the Dominican Republic. If you don't know what the web games is, I should do a YouTube style intro. Today I'm gonna be playing a set of not video games, a set of websites with a bunch of daily mini games in a world. No, it doesn't work. I was raised in an inner world type of, honest trailers style commentations, like in a world, and in a world never leaves my soul. But that's also Captain Sparkle. Shout out the captain right there. Oh, Captain, my captain. The Dominican Republic. This is not Dominica, so this one is like a straight line, and then it's sort of that's like a fish. Pretty good, pretty fucking good if I do say so. I mean, it wasn't a straight line, but you have to give me some credit for at least coming up with that, don't you? Tell me you do. Tell me you do. Tell me you love me. Tell me you care. Tell me that you will always be there. I don't know. I don't think that's a quote. I think I'm just saying things. The Bahamas. Oh, we're pretty close somehow. But like not that close. Yeah, no. St. Vincent. Okay. Not quite St. Vincent, but somewhere in between, maybe. Cuba? It's the United States. It's cooler than the United States, but okay. So it's one of these difficult islands. But it is closer to Cuba, which means it's to the north of the Bahamas, which is a terrible news for someone like me. Or no, it could be Haiti. Yep, that I was thinking the wrong way, but it is Haiti. Which, okay, I'm gonna be honest. For like half my life, I thought Haiti and Ghana I thought they were the same country. I think it's like a flag thing, or I think there was something about like some health crisis, like overlap. They had some, so there must have been a reason. I can't imagine I would have just come up with that link for no reason, but it kind of blew my mind as somebody who does not live anywhere on this side of the world that Cuba is literally right next to the U.S. and then they're still like, I don't know, the whole history of Cuba is not known to me. I would need to do like a deep dive on that at some point. Same thing with the Bahamas. I always assumed the Bahamas was literally in the middle of nowhere, but the Bahamas is like, I suppose the United States is a pretty big like country. The more I think about it, the more like interesting it is that the United States is actually one country. Considering how big it is and like the federalism and the way that the states are, like the level of power they have and so on and so forth, I won't get into all that. But it's sort of interesting to me. I mean, Canada makes sense because like Canada is kind of like Australia in the sense that most of it is not really habitable by like people, really. Not in like a modern civilization sense, at least. And so most people just live in like, most people live here, and then there's some like places here and there, right? So it's kind of it's a similar vibe. You have like the places where people live on the coast, and then some other bits, and then most of it is just sort of like whatever. Not to whatever the entirety of, Australia, I suppose. But in the same sense that most of these areas are sort of like ice. We just have a lot of sand. The outback, as one may indeed call it. But yeah, in that sense, like the U.S. also has some lot of like nothing burger. How to describe U.S.? Imagine a burger, but it's pretty big. Same thing with China, to be honest. But they got a different set of rules over there, so it makes a bit more sense. Why am I getting a fucking Google API message, bro? I'm gonna be careful with this web thing. I'm like a few clicks away from literally showing my home address, I suppose. No, well, more than a few, but it's non-negligible. Anyway, enough waffling. Although waffling is kind of my job. Type of shit a fucking sandwich press would say, I guess. If you have one like mine, which swaps out the plates for different shapes. This is like Iceland if they sanded it a bit. Which, island? That's concerning. But it's obviously not. It's not Iceland. It can't be Iceland. I know what Iceland looks like, and this is not Iceland. So what the hell is even this? Okay, I don't know what. Okay, it's 1,000 kilometers south of Ireland. I don't know exactly where Ireland is, so I'm gonna have to guess Norway just to get a bearing on where I am. Okay, it's that way. It's Switzerland? Estonia. These can't all be 95. I disagree with how you've calculated your percentages. Okay, it's right in between Switzerland and Estonia, which puts it maybe North Macedonia. Maybe. Oh, okay. That's interesting. What the? But then it would have to be that unless this is the scale. I'm thinking of this as small. Maybe it's not that small. Maybe this is Belarus. It's This is what Poland looks like. Am I crazy? I'm looking up Poland right now. That is what I'm. No, it's. This is squished it a bit. I'm coping, but like. Also, the top. I didn't realize the top. Like that's the enclave, isn't it? Or is that Estonia? What is the country to the like northeast of Poland? Can I? Can I? Yeah, I don't want to. That's not. It's not Prussia. I guess it once was Prussia. I'm not really looking for that, like conceptually. Deadass. This is the Google is so everything is so fucking bad. The internet is shit. But like, you used to be able to look things up and things would kind of make sense. I guess it's the damn exclave. I guess. Yeah, it is the exclave. Okay. I do wonder. Maybe this is not the time for it. Hmm. Okay, it's a complicated thing. Not that complicated, but it's interesting actually. It's kind of interesting the way things ended up. It's always fun. Like every single time you wonder about like why did something end up this way. It's just like a free chance to do like a half an hour Wikipedia dive and come up with like a rudimentary opinion that is not that well educated, but certainly more well educated than a lot of people's opinions. To be honest with you, and I don't mean this in like the anti-vax sense. I mean this in like the layman sense. But anyway, I'm just letting you know where I'm coming from. I don't want to give off the wrong impression that I'm some sort of like, because there are people who doing your own research is sort of a malign concept. You can do your own research. The problem is that the kind of people who often say do your own research are conspiracy theorists, and like don't let that dissuade you from researching things that you're interested in. I guess is my point. But I don't think that's really anyone's concern. I think people who are interested in researching things are just researching them without God for like the small chance that saying that they're doing research gets like looks. Some fucking the Gen Z. Oh, that's not like that just happened. This is fucking awful. This is Haiti or Ghana. No, is it? No, this is Cameroon, Liberia, one of these. It's the tricolor, but I don't know. Well, I should have been looking at the distances and shit. It's not Morocco. I know that much. Does Western Sahara have a flag? Why'd you autocomplete it then? Senegal. That I was like, it's a fucking. They play football, of course. They were in the news recently, I think. They either won or it was like a crazy game that made everyone go social media mode, as I like to call it. I'm inventing terminology. I'm the goat. I'm the goat, as some might say. Hmm. The fact that Pokemon Y was the highest Metacritic rated Pokemon game out of everything, like the fact this Pokopia news, by the way, like I'm glad that it's getting good reception, especially because it's really not my kind of thing. But if it, I'll play most things Pokemon because this is the thing that people who don't get Pokemon will be critical of Pokemon in a way that I think is a little unfair, especially because, listen, I criticize the Pokemon games, I would say, in a fair manner, right? But you also have to understand what kind of scope they exist in. Number one, the release cycle was actually a good thing in the sense of like brand maintenance, right? Why does Pokemon still have so much purchasing power and like hearts and minds of the people, right? Because they keep releasing games during the window in which a child would feasibly get interested in Pokemon for the rest of their life. It's the same. They got me, and they'll keep getting people as long as they keep producing games and as long as the frequencies. And now they've got like an up down tick. Now they've got like a relatively they got longer time to work on main series games, and there's also like an intricacy about like the development on the Switch system, and then how they had to like I think like Sword and Shield was started on the 3DS, and then there's like a whole like litany of detailed issues and ways. Not to excuse, I think, for instance, Scarlet and Violet are those games are ripe to be remade in 10 years with with the kind of attention that it seems like Winds and Waves are getting. Because maybe I should save this talk for when I do the actual Pokemon dolls, which is gonna happen. You know what? Maybe I'll do it now. Maybe no, I can't be bothered. I'll switch to it later. But it's not to excuse, for instance, terrible performance. And I will never like forgive Dexit for sure. But I understand. I think there's a like because it doesn't. There's not been a problem that you can't catch every Pokemon organically. People think that that's the argument for Dexa. That wasn't even the case in, for like, Black and White and Gen 6. It's not like in those games, if you got both Black and White, you could get the entirety of this, what was it, 649 or 651 at the time, Pokemon, right? Of course, now we're over 1,000. But the point was that you could, trade it forward through what was previously a much more complicated set of mini games rather than the Pokemon Home that we have today. But you could feasibly do that. And I think that's my problem. The fact that the models and there's some moves that straight up didn't exist anymore. Felt like pure utter laziness. Literally, my favorite Pokemon did not exist in the newest games. And I think that was like enough for me to be like, okay, because you didn't get really anything more from that in exchange. It would make sense if they did that and then produce more. But Sword and Shield, like, I'll say this: there's the Sword and Shield like defense. The defense you want to make for that game is that it looks good and has like it feels pretty good. To be honest, the downside of it is that it's like I like the semi linear guided yet like somewhat branching curated experiences of the traditional Pokemon experience. I'm a big fan of that. I'm not really a huge open world guy. Like if I'm gonna choose between what happened between like gens 1 through 7 of the main lines, where you just sort of you go town route town and then like side locations, like the towers and the caves, stuff like that, where everything is sort of placed in. I guess it's all placed intentionally. It was all made, but it's sort of more you're going in a direction or directions rather than sort of just looking around and picking somewhere and going wherever. That kind of thing. I much prefer that. But Sword and Shield's problem was they literally did that so like they took it to a delusional extreme in the sense that you literally had nothing to do and it was very plain and the plot was sort of. I mean, listen, Pokemon people don't respect Pokemon plots because they don't But I think I missed my original point. My original point was that people don't get Pokemon because every new Pokemon game is not just a new Pokemon game. It's like adding to an existing pie of Pokemon, and so you're sort of banking on it. Like it's like it's not the salary. It's you're adding the salary to an existing cash pile, assuming that you have a cash pile, of course, in Pokemon form. Anyway, the bundle. 2004. I may know it. It sounds like Blur, kind of. But they don't have shit. This is not song 2, but I'll guess it. Apparently this is easy part 2. Maybe the easy part will kick in a minute. Bam 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 bam. I don't know shit, by the way. This sounds like something I wouldn't mind listening to be honest, but I don't know it. Is it a Green Day? I don't know. I don't actually know that much. It is a Green Day. Okay. I didn't listen to very many. No. Let me listen to it at least. I've heard this a lot of times. When I come around, oh, I clicked that one. Holiday? It's Holiday. I should listen to some Green Day. Or I should listen to bands that would offshoots of Green Day that are smaller. Because I'm virtue signaling that I'm a music listener. Something like that. I don't know. I think it was. I need to be a. I don't like. It's sort of. I'm like with music. I'm the guy. I'm like. I keep trying to find interesting things that people like to listen to, and I just come back to the stuff I like already, which is like, what is the recent stuff? Like there's a few bangers from some artists here and there. There's not that many. I suppose this is universal. There's not that many artists where I would sort of go like your whole repertoire is something I'm interested in. Like a lot of artists basically only have one album where I'm like, this is the kind of stuff I'm interested in, and then the old albums are like they were trying some shit, and now they're just like pop posting, which is fun to listen to, but not really fun to listen to intentionally. Anyway, don't worry about it. We're all good here. Sorry, I'm genuinely sorry for that one. Higher percentage of people who are capital W white, as you might say. Long Beach, Anaheim, LA, or Asheville. Is this North Carolina? I have to imagine it's that rather than a place where people might actually go. Cheaper rent, surely Wyoming. I can't imagine. Really, if the rent is expensive in Wyoming, they'd be shooting themselves in the foot, man. What the fuck is going there? Which is a high percentage of people on public insurance. This is like a broke test, right? I'm thinking that's how the US works. This Palestine, I guess there's a bunch of like funny. I suppose funny is the wrong adjective to be using here, huh? But the like Paris, Texas, Center, Texas, huh? That one is probably a Native American thing. Brian. Yo, pull up the Bryan, Texas, bro. My mate Brian. Anyway, it's surely not. This seems like a rich place, so I'm gonna. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's not a rich thing. Maybe at some point you become so rich that like you don't even need work insurance. You just pay it. So technically, you're on public. I don't know how it works. Population, weighted density. I have to imagine it's Lebanon because a lot of Azerbaijan doesn't look very habitable. Rent is greater than 40% of their income. Places that are expensive to live at or in. This is a city, so I think I would click it. Okay, it was a very easy day. I got the middle one wrong. Okay, it was insanely different. There must be something I don't know about how public insurance works in America. I'm unfamiliar. Let me graphs. Actually, graphs.world is one of those dollars that kind of sucks fucking ass. You know what? I'm just gonna take it out. It doesn't deserve my time. I'm retiring graphs.world. I need to put it into the retired column. Because the value proposition is just like spend 10 minutes whining at a graph. That's not even really that fun to look at or talk about. Anyway, it's not even. It's like the stats meaningless. The points don't matter, etc., etc. The year they received a Nobel Prize, starting with the latest. Fleming would be what, early 1900s, because that was pre or during World War I or something like that, right? It wasn't actually that long ago, to be honest. I don't know all these peace prizes. I don't know what, like, the world. I don't know what they did for the peace prizes. Bob Dylan has a fucking Nobel. I did not know that. It probably deserves it. I listened to Blonde on Blonde, to put it in my accent. Pretty good, pretty damn good, to be honest with you. But then I listened to Blood on Tracks and I was like, this is much less my style. I preferred it when he was, yelling and like lamenting, but he gets a bit too like slow and pensive in those. And then I'm like, okay, get back to storytelling, buddy. Although he kind of never stopped storytelling, I guess that's kind of his thing. I have to imagine this is maybe my bias. Maybe I think they would have taken a while to give, presumably a woman, thanks to her, the Nobel. I have to imagine that was probably like a nice thing to do. Bob Dylan is not that old. He's old, but like he was popping off in what, 70s and 80s or whatever. So like something like this. The Peace Prizes seem to probably be like around in post World War II. If I had to guess, nuclear would be like right at the here. Röntgen is X-rays, which would probably be the first one. Okay, so I think I'm gonna swap these then. Yeah, Bob Dylan was given that in 2016. They did not recognize him for a while, bro. The Green Belt movement left the Manhattan Project on moral grounds. Oh, look at me. I left the Manhattan Project on moral grounds. They still built the fucking nuke, buddy. I guess you did you should not get a Nobel Peace Prize for I guess he must have done more. But I don't imagine it really. Like, no, I'm gonna look him up. Because I feel like I need to slander this man. Unless he really did some interesting things. He's dead now, so I think it's... He had a sir. Okay, he's got a... So what is this? He's got a British order. He's got a bunch of British orders. Okay. He left Los Alamos in 1944. Okay. So this is... So he left the development of the nuclear program after it became clear that Germany ceased development. So once we've gotten 70% of the way there. But now I feel like I can't finish the job knowing that both of us don't have weapons of mass destruction. I don't think, like, it's... I don't know. Let me look into this Wikipedia article so that I can form an opinion on a guy who's no doubt lived a long and thorough life beyond these words. Anyway, electrical engineering, Doctor of Physics. He realized that nuclear fission might be possibly be used to produce an atomic bomb. One thing that you have to realize, especially with the benefit of learning physics anywhere in the past, like 20 years, probably beyond that, 40, 50, is that the kind of things that are taught to us as a regular curriculum item were the kinds of things that genuinely took people, like... Some of the things that are people's life's work is like one paragraph in a like a sheet that you got in high school. So it's the kind of thing that you just know and take for granted. You have to sort of put yourself in the mind of the person like 80 years ago who was genuinely coming up with this and it was like a novel concept to them. So it's hard to do it because it'd be sort of like if nobody had ever made like a sandwich before, but like bread and meat and sauce and spreads and butter existed, and someone was like, "Wait, what? I didn't even think about this. We have bread, we have knives, we have meat. We could put the meat, cut it up with the knife, cut the bread into a shape." Mate, and I think we could create like that. It seems so fucking obvious that you would laugh at somebody for considering that a novel idea, but at some point it of course was a novel idea, you know? Anyway, he was upset by the morality of the project, but he believed that the allies needed to be able to threaten retaliation in case Germany developed wrong. But he still worked on it because fuck it, we're gonna make a nuke anyway. Oh, I continue to have strong reservations. This is sounding like a lot like Oppenheimer. He was shocked to hear that the director of the Manhattan Project said were to the effect that the real purpose was to subdue the Soviets. What is the problem with that? I guess that he was worried about Germany. I mean, come on, buddy. You built me. What? This is literally this is the meme about like the Star Wars death machine thing. Except that one, I think maybe you have something. I don't know. This is now getting into a serious like morality politics discussion. But I'm surprised. Let me just like. I don't know if you think that if you this I don't buy it, bro. I don't buy it. Anyway, why did okay? He became a critic of the arms race. Okay, this is the part where he pulled it back. He wrote he was a signatory to the like Einstein Manifesto, Russell Einstein thing. He joined the executive community for disarmament. He advocated links between the West and the East. He wanted to draft the world constitution. Haha, international law. What a joke. It's a shame that it's a joke, but it's a joke. I mean, as we know. You know, at one point there was an idea. Maybe at some point in the future there will be an idea. Who knows, man? Anyway, why did he get a Nobel? Is anyone gonna talk to us about the Nobel? Okay, I don't listen. He seems to have done some stuff. I don't know about all that, but anyway, the Holocaust survivor having the Peace Prize. If you survive the Holocaust and write a book, I think like at some point like you can't deny that, right? But this guy, my eyes on you, buddy. You lived a long, prosperous life. Okay, I don't know about that. Röntgen deserves. I fucking know his name, man. The fucking they measured that shit. The first recipient in physics. I mean, no fucking shit, bro. Damn. Anyway, I've now. I hope I've baited with my real opinion, maybe enough that problems can be caused in the comments. I've insulted a Polish hero, I think, but he was a British citizen, so mocked perhaps. I don't know. There's reasons for that. I'm just saying shit. Sorry. Guy who says stuff without thinking when the consequences of his actions start coming. Fleetwood Mac. Let me hit you with a shuffle so that doesn't but tuba, backwards instruments. Tuba. What the fuck, bro? There's no other backwards instruments. Rohine. Doodle. Mac, things that go with cheese. Apple, Mac, not quite. iMac, there was never an iTouch. The iPod Touch is not the iTouch. Big Dipper, Big Mac, Big Apple. I don't know what the other Big Brother. There we go, Bigs. Yes, big things, but not, you know what I mean, conceptualizations. Those who know about the most famous constellation. I was gonna say those who know. Coat things that go in your cupboard. Things that clothes can go on. Yeah. Seen in a closet. Me? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not in any closet, bro. People don't say come out of the closet anymore. I don't know. It's like a we don't talk about that aspect of life anymore. Even though it's obviously still like present, but it's interesting that I feel like that left the lexicon. I don't know. Wood. Quicksand, Fleetwood, a but. That doesn't work. Things that are next to you, adjacent, maybe. Flank, neighbor, but. This is confusing. Brisk, quick, fast, fleet. Starting with synonyms for fast, speedy, yes. Touch, button, neighbor, flank. I don't know what this means. To be alongside. Yes, okay. I don't see what touch has to do with that. I guess if something's touching you, it's alongside you, but that seems like a generous interpretation of the word. But what do I fucking know? What do I... And don't open Clues by Sam. My ass is not playing Clues by Sam on a fucking Tuesday. It's not my day. Spoilers, I guess. As if it's not in the description when this has been streamed. Before co-founded production company Fruit Tree, what Arizonan started in the Helping Birdman? I don't know, bro. Bro, Americans love to say some shit like Arizonan. Americans, you need to eat shit on this one. Nobody fucking cares which state your guy is from, okay? We know states against our will. Could you imagine if, like, we don't really have a good, like, way to describe someone who's from New South Wales. New South Welsh? Like a South Australian? A Victorian? That would work. Like, anyway. Spider-Man franchise alum. La La Land. I don't know. Andrew Garfield? Was he in those movies? Yorgos. Poor Thing. Zombieland Double Tap. Ryan Gosling. Emma Stone. I didn't know she was in any of these movies. In fact, I don't even know really who she is. I've just heard of the name and seen them. Probably an image. I've confused her with the other Emmas that exist in the Hollywood sphere. Wing beans, white beans, and mung beans have what nutrient? With as much fuel as carbs. Fuel is an interesting way. But it's a nutrient. Folate. Insects for what? Protein? Protein is not a nutrient, is it? Protein is a nutrient now? I was gonna type protein, but I was like, protein is not a nutrient. Maybe, is protein a nutrient? I guess it is. I literally was like, it's not, because it's like, it can come in many forms. Because like a protein, okay, am I crazy? Like a vitamin is a nutrient. Like that's a thing, that's a compound. A protein describes compounds. Things, like many things are, there's not, everything that is protein isn't the same protein. I feel like it's a category. But maybe it's also a nutrient and I'm just being pedantic. Sorry, was there an RFK Jr. bit in the other clue? These four masters were Ninja Turtles named after them. What's the only century they were all alive in? So when was Michelangelo alive? 16th? 15th. Okay, there we go. It was either that or the other one. I mean, come on. It's a flip of a coin. Don't say camel. Smokers could opt for lipstick hiding red beauty tips in the early non-butch days of what cigarette brand? Was Marlboro? Okay, I only know that one. It's a famous brand, so fair enough. The Spanish exclaves of Ceuta and Melilla hug the Mediterranean coast of what North African country? Morocco. I'd mistyped it, but they gave it to me. Big fucking score today. Look at that. Guy who knows, man. Guy who fucking knows things. Feeling good. Feeling special. I'll do the plate off, don't worry. Traditional soup I'm sure it tastes good, but if you make something like this in the modern day, and you're not above the age of 50, I don't know, man. Okay, you know what the problem with this is? It's the serving. It needs to be in a tall bowl. If you give it to me in this bowl, I can see that it looks depressing. I'm sure it tastes good if it's simmering for hours. Of course, you're gonna get all the flavor out of the meat, the potatoes, the carrots. Carrots don't do it that much. Um, you know, the onions. That's the heavy lifter, really, of any meal with onions in them, which there should be a lot of them, to be honest. This strikes me as an Eastern European classic. Poland. Denmark, Sud, Finland, Sweden, Norway. Okay, it was literally like, I mean, this is the kind of shit that you would love to have when there's snow all around you. But when there's not snow all around you, you could probably have like pizza. I mean, that's pretty good too. I would eat it, but like it's on the balance. Fair enough. This is what I'm gonna say brisket sandwich, but that's pastrami, which I don't know what pastrami is really. That is egregiously disgusting. There's no way that that's edible. Like that's just, I mean, you're taking the piss. This is good. This is like you're pushing it, but it's still probably good. That's an island. This is. I see Germany or the United States. Pastrami on rye. Yeah, something like that. I don't know what pastrami. Yeah, it is brisket. I was right that it was brisket. I don't even know what brisket really is, but this looks like it. So I was like, that's the kind of thing it is. I would probably eat this if I was a pastrami guy. But pastrami is what, beef, right? So I don't get. I've never really had it that much, but I'm sure it would be tasty. Pastry, lemon sphere This looks like a fucking Higurashi background image. I've just started it. Can you tell? Don't spoil me, of course. I'm trying to read it in Japanese, which means it will take me 10 years to get through a chapter. But eventually, I'm hoping at some point I won't need the text hook or dictionary lookup as often. Anyway, Taiwan? No. Okay, well. Denmark? Funk? Germany? Slovakia, Slovenia. It's Hungary. Traditional Hungarian pastry. Yeah, man, I would eat the tasty treat. 49 people hate gluten? I don't know. Did they put it back to 3? Interesting. Chocotorta or Borek. I mean, this is a fucking chocolate tart thing, bro. Of course it's gonna win. Yeah, man. I mean, this is also, it's great. It's a flaky bread. Plunk stick. It just looks disgusting, even though it probably tastes pretty good. Dahi bara adudam. I've had this, but I've had a different version of this, which is not called that. It's not my favorite, but come on, I'll take it over this. Churros wins by default. Even the wontons are great, but churros may be the best food of all time in like an indulgent situation. This is a spice blend, so it's not really fair to put it next to fried dough. Really? I don't think that you should not put a spice blend in food gesso. We have to get that removed. It doesn't make sense. It's like putting salt. Of course it'll win on technicality, but you don't have it by itself. So this is just this photo is very homey. So like it looks sort of like less appetizing than maybe if it was in a restaurant. Maple taffy is not so good. Really? 87% for piss in the snow? Boston bun, surely not. Surely the pabulon. Beef and black beans, the kind of shit that would be filling. The digestives, I kind of like them, but surely it's octopus though, so it's probably gonna lose. Even the octopuses, I don't know, it's alright. Bite-sized rice ball in seaweed with tempura. So it's like it's not sushi, but it's close enough. Dosa, people love dosa. Even though I'm not a huge dosa guy, but I could eat it, of course. No brioche leg bread, don't even fuck with me. Cooked wheat berries or horse meat, interesting. It's a tough battle. This looks good, but it's horse. That looks terrible, but it's not horse. So it was really just a battle of mental anguish on either side, quite frankly. Okay, more or less, Boise, which has more monthly searches. Pinko Pizza. Surely everyone's just looking at pizza to be like pizza near me or something, right? If you're like, where am I? Where am I? Where is pizza? Kylie Jenner, I can't imagine posed that much interest more than pizza, but I'm watching me click this and it's like 25. Okay, she's fallen off. That's good. Not to cast any judgment. Sure, Halle Berry, I thought she was more famous, but probably not. The wrong audience, I guess. Chief Keef or Britney Spears? Surely Britney Spears. Chief Keef is actually not that popular compared to the name value. Who the fuck? This is AI. This guy is AI. If you're a real person, you gotta fix this profile picture to have personality. Kids Bop Kids probably has like 20 million from people putting it on for their kids, right? 1.6, close enough. Kids Boo. Guns N' Roses, I mean, it's Unk's favorite band, I guess. Tina Turner is literally just on SNL songs, maybe? No, that's Tina Fey. Tina Turner is actually an artist. Motley Crue, I don't know what famous level they're at. I was close. Close enough for me not to care about being wrong. Okay, it's gonna be Titanic, which is people really quite enjoy it. Apart from mid. This is probably like that forehead's crazy. This is Kino Slop. Oh, I was wrong. Oh well. You know, I'm gonna quit on your spell game because it's too easy. I've never gotten it wrong, so like I can't, in good faith, keep putting it in here, knowing that I'm gonna get it right every time. If I get a game right every single time, flawless, it's not so fun, you know. I have to work for it a little bit. Seaweed salad, interesting option. I don't know who's buying the seaweed salad. It's a big one actually, so fair enough. 28 ounces. Seaweed's not expensive, but maybe because it seems like it's fancy, it isn't. Also, this is cold gourmet. $6.99. I don't know the price range. $10.99. Okay, there we go. Fair enough. Well, I would not buy the prepackaged seaweed salad if it comes in a tin. You know. What kind of party is the millennial brunch that encourages seaweed salad? I don't know, man. I'm unfamiliar. It's not my style. It's not my zone. It's I just realized I think I'd forgot to unmute the audio for the group for the bandle. But you know, you can just imagine it. Sorry. Can I play it again? Can I put bandle? Just so you guys can hear it. I can. Okay, well then give me this for a second. I mean, it's recognizable once you know what it is, of course. And it further into that, the spell.
A town. A noun meaning a compactly settled area, usually larger than a
town.
Tussle. A noun meaning a physical
Yes.
Gushed. A verb meaning to issue copiously or violently. Gushen is a Middle English term meaning to gush or pour out.
The Gushen.
Sting. A verb meaning to prick pain. GORP, a noun meaning a snack consisting of high-energy food, such as raisins and nuts. The word's etymology is unclear as its origin is unknown. GORP, a noun meaning...
GORP? You fucking with me? GORP?
Sagacious. A adjective meaning of keen and...
Yes, from... There's a RPG with this in its title.
Nursery. A noun meaning attentive care.
Sagacious.
Tincture.
What?
A noun meaning a solution of a medicinal substance in an alcoholic solvent. Tincture comes from Latin tinctura, meaning act of dyeing, derived from tingere. Tincture.
Tincture. It's that sure. T-U-R-E. Sure.
Espial. A noun meaning observation. Espial. A noun meaning observation.
How am I doing this?
Neonatology. A noun meaning a branch of medicine concerned with the care, development...
Yes, natology. Neonatal care. Sorry, what?
Courtiers. A noun meaning one in attendance at a royal court. Courtiers. A noun meaning one in attendance...
Courtiers, not courtiers, bro.
Unk.
Unk?
A noun meaning a cross having a loop for its...
Yes, from Isaac.
Pneumaticist. A noun meaning the air bladder of certain algae and aquatic plants. Pneumaticist. A noun meaning the air...
I've seen that one before. It's unfair.
Plenipotentiary. A adjective meaning invested with full power. Derived from medieval Latin, plenipotentiarius means invested with full power. Plenipotentiary.
Is it O or A? Oh, it's probably A. It's plenary powers, man. It's fucking plenary. I knew the etymology.
Atmospheric. A adjective meaning of
That would be
relating.
the hardest one. I got flawless, man. It was an A, wasn't it? It was an I. I would have never gotten it. Okay, plenipotentiary. I guess it's a different origin than plenary powers. But that was a great. I did some fucking word on SPL tincture. That was those two. GORP is fucking crazy. They put GORP in this shit, man. They fucking did this. They GORPed me. I'm getting my mouse off the screen for an extended period that I could screenshot this for the thumbnail later. They GORPed my ass. Anyway, speaking of things to get mad at, the minute cryptic Bluebeard selecting squares for patch. I red. I can just brute force this as 3 letters, so. Okay, selecting squares for patch. Patch, this is gonna be patch of like a planting thing. It's like plot, but it's not obviously not plot. Okay, I'm stupid. Give me the definition. It's a certain kind of patch. Give me the indicator. Selecting squares. I'm sorry. I don't. Just give me a letter. Bed? I don't get it. BED. Selecting squares. What is the patch? Like, okay, that's too tangential. I don't think patch and bed make the same definition. Just because it's a bed of grass and it's a patch of grass, it's a different thing. I disagree with you. And you went lazy mode on this one because you thought you could do it in like a small letters and be clever with it. And so you made it hard and stupid. And so I hate you. The conclusion is I hate you, by the way. Fuck it, we'll do game duel. As revenge, I'm gonna make myself suffer even more by doing game duel. We never know what it is, so let's not even. It's like a music game. I'm gonna guess it's not Taiko no Tatsujin, but it is a music game. Yeah, I don't know. There are singing games, right? The Wii music. Yep, that's what I mean. It is a Wii game, though. This is Guitar Hero Wii, which I don't think they did. I don't know what it is. Let's not even pretend. A Rock Band. The original. Okay, it's Rock Band, the original. I didn't. EA made a music-based game. I'm sure it did well, and it's still going to this day. Zam. Okay, this is Mega Man versus. This is Capcom. Marvel versus Capcom 2. Holy, look at all these people. Is that Palutena? What is she doing on this? Wrong saga, but it is all of these things. Which is interesting. Is there any other, like, one of these ones? I don't know what franchise all of these, like, I don't know, obviously they're from different franchises, but what game collected all of them? It's a question for me. Like, I wouldn't say I get it. But it's not a fighting game. Is there any other? Okay, I don't know, but Project X Zone. What the hell is that? That they made it. Okay, I got to look this up. I've heard of Project X. It's a tactical. It's a JRPG from Sega, Namco Bandai, Capcom. Are they? They have a trilogy. I might have to fucking play this. They made this shit. Then I never got into the tactical RPG scene, so it may be too late for me. My brain just glazes over sometimes. Maybe I need attractive anime girls, and that will make me happy instead. Worked for me for reading, but then again, I was a reader before that. It's an order of operations thing. This looks. I don't know what this is. Also, I should have. There's more in this. I just realized, so I should probably do the other ones just because why not? What the hell is even that? Yeah, I don't know. This is not a very iconic sword, clearly. The fuck? Can I get his face? Oh, yeah, certainly I don't think that's gonna happen. It's an undead guy. Medieval, Sir Daniel Wigginbottom-Fortesque the Fourth. My bad, guys. Okay, we're not gonna do the other two. It's just embarrassing. This looks I don't know. Saints Row 4? No. Not a very high quality. This is like Bully? No, it's older. Maybe it's older. This is like a first. I don't even really know what this is. Okay, I'm not, the Darkness too. They just keep making video games. Who's buying them? Me, I guess, in some form. I've bought games that people haven't heard of, so it stands to reason that games I haven't heard of are bought by people. But sometimes it feels weird, It feels weird for that to be the case. Okay, I was talking a bit. My Pokemon talk smack talk. I have to back it up in this. I used to have an account on Pokedoku. I used to be doing it all the time, but I decided not to because I'm an ascended being or whatever. The Galarian Dragon. I'm just gonna go for the easy ones because I don't know about aura farming. Just pick Eternatus Eternamax, bro. Put the Eternamax hand in the bag. Turtonator, which I think would also have been a valid answer, but that might be a Gen 7 Pokemon now that I think about it. I don't remember. The later it gets, the harder it is to know which generation it was, especially in the 7-8 era, because I played 9 recently enough that I remember, but 7 and 8 both I played like a while ago, long enough that I really don't remember, especially 7, which I did not play when it came out, but played much later. So it's like an anachronism in my brain. Roaring Moon or Raging Bolt actually is also an option. I can just click what I see here. Houndour, the smaller one, the Galarian Dark type. I almost have Nabbit. Evil, that's the guy. I was looking for his younger form, but Paradox Dark. See, now I can put the Roaring Moon here. The Fire Grass type. What's his name? Scovillain. I don't know if the Mega changes types, so I'm gonna stick with the normal one because that's a new Mega. The Galarian Grass. What's the starter in Gen 8? Rillaboom. Iron Leaves. There we go. Look at that. We know enough. Let's see. What was the least common? Zarude and Zarude Dada. I forget. I never encountered Zarude. It must have been some sort of like DLC/event thing. Even though I did the DLC for those games, I don't know what happened there. Anyway, Pokedel me. Just because I liked it. Now that we're doing them, I gotta do them all, man. Gotta you ever heard of that phrase? Gotta catch them all. Swadloon me. You should put the Gen 10 ones in here, even though we only know a few of them. It's a second stage of a 3-stager in an earlier generation that's neither bug nor grass. Maybe let's try Combuskin. It's not fire or fighting, but it is found in the volcano. But it's not fire type. Okay, that's helpful. Gen 4 fire type found in the volcanoes. Gen 4 non-fire type that is found in the volcanoes. It's not orange, yellow, or green. Metang? That's not Gen 4 now that I think about it, but it's the desert badland. There's elements of blue to it. I guess there's not that many fire types in Gen 4, right? That's the whole bit. It's a true bit. True bit. 3 stages in Gen 4 in the volcanoes. It's not steel, psychic, firefighting, bug, or grass. This is difficult. Roselia is also not Gen 4. Rose Red is though. This is hard. I'm gonna start trying to just do types then. I'm gonna do Prinplup just so I can get the word in nothings. So I know. Okay, it's a dual type. Give me the hint. It's a dragon. This shouldn't be as that difficult. There's not that many dragon types, especially like in Gen 4. What's the Gen 4 dragon like? Oh, it's what's Salamence? What's the shield? No, it's Bagon, not Shieldgon. What's Bagon's evolution called? That's not that's a monotype. So it's not those, and those Gen 3 is on, I think. So okay, I'm losing my confidence in my brain here. Blue 3-stage dragon in Gen 4. It's in the mountains. Oh, it's in a volcano, I guess. So it's not necessarily in the mountains. But we don't. What its second type is? What? Water, suicide, firefighting, bug, grass, ground. Oh, it's Is it Vibrava? No, that's not even like that's. I had the right idea, but it is a dragon ground type. What is it? I'm literally drawing a blank on what it is. What the dragon ground type in Gen 4 is. This is terrible. I'm gonna type Zygarde just so I can get the thing right. Ultrasonic waves from a protrusion on either side of its head. Oh my god, I'm fucking stupid. It's Gabite. That makes sense. Yep, that makes perfect sense. That's Hatterim. That was so quick. You have to admit, yeah, that's the fact that that's in my brain. I know it's quick because it's very cute. You know, I like the idea. Okay, I'm not even. I don't think YouTube would like me to talk about what I would want to do to the Pokemon. Put the Joker or Batman clip in here. It ties the base of its neck into a knot so that the energy stored in its belly does not escape from its beak. Cramorant? No, I thought it was that kind of guy. The base of its neck. But Giraffere does not have a beak, man. What beak Pokemon? Fearow? The fuck? I don't know. Fighting flying. Zapdos Galar? The fuck? Oh god. The Gen 9. I'm having a tough time figuring out what's in Gen 9, bro. Dugong. Oh, it's Flamigo. That's why. This guy. Can I? There we go. It didn't let me do it for a second. This Fanpy? I'm gonna know once I see a little bit more, obviously, but okay, I don't know. Frostlass? Okay, the zoom is much more intense. This is Honedge. It's Honedge's like hand sheath thing. What is Honedge's actual form? That's because that's its eye, but that this part looks like it's its face, but it's not its face. So it is. And this part is it can grab stuff with this part. Is it material? Ghost Pokemon a lot of questions that you don't get answered. That's okay though. Okay, let's see what the movie to movie is. We're gonna do our ending run of great dolls to round off the stream. Not the stream. I've got one more thing to do at least. Up in the Air to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the Depp one. I can do this one, I think, without even really. I need to know who's in both of these. Is that George Clooney? Yes. Okay. I'm getting better at recognizing people from movies, I guess. Hold on, 1 second. Okay, Anna Kendrick has also been in movies. We can do this. Surely Depp and Kendrick have been in a movie together. This guy looks crazy. Oh, we could go the old route and hit the Kloonler. Let's just click Depp. Who's still doing things? I forget that he's still doing things. I'm just clicking things now. Don't mind me. John Voight? Let me see. Let me investigate. Trump at war. The Kluenla. What is he up to, bro? That's a good movie. Fantastic Mr. Fox is a good movie. Oceans. Okay, now we're into there's too many good actors here. I don't know how we're gonna get to Johnny Depp, but damn it, we're gonna have to try. Was Brad Pitt ever in a Pirates? No. Someone here must have gone down to the level of being in a Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And then we'll make it there. What's your sloppiest slop that you've ever slopped? I shouldn't scroll down, really. I should scroll up if I want your slop. South Park. That's not slop. Not really, at least. You seem like the kind of guy that might have been in a Pirates movie. No, well, you are in nothing, which doesn't really help me. Julia Roberts? Ocean's 12. I guess I've sort of gone on in circles. Yeah. Maybe I should go the other way. What have you been in? Astro Boy. The 2009 Astro Boy film? I'm here with this for the first time. Not very illustrious career. David Kelly. Doesn't look... It just looks like you're not alive anymore, my friend. Oh, bro's around. Zam. This is... I thought that was Jim Carrey. It's not Jim Carrey. Okay, but now we're going the other way, so I need to go to the Clooney. So Pierce Brosnan maybe has been in like the Clooney style film, maybe? I don't know. I really don't know. What is... I don't even know what George Clooney is actually like. What his whole deal is. Quite frankly. So maybe I should check what he's actually done. Spy Kids. There was a Spy Kids line. Alan Cumming. Where? I don't know. Don't ask me. Club Cumming, huh? Interesting. It's so quiet without any sound. I'm kind of disillusioned right now. Son of the Mask. Okay, well, someone in here must have been in. Jamie Kennedy, surely you're in Pirates. No? Someone back in here must have been. Neil Patrick Harris? That's not gonna help me, is it? Ryan Reynolds, maybe. Okay, Ryan Reynolds probably is not gonna help me with Johnny Depp. To be honest. Bring the Teenage Witch, maybe? Okay, I need to see who was in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie so I can figure out how this thing actually works. Orlando Bloom. I'm working like Zoe Saldana. Okay, so we can MCU this. Never mind you. Yep, I'm MCUing it. And by it, I mean my movies. There has to be a 1. There has to be a 1. Someone in Ocean's 13 is... Oh, the Cheadler. Of course, the Cheadler. And now we're in. It's that easy, folks. It's that easy. Oh, Radio Man. My bad, guys. My bad. I didn't know about hit film Radio Man. But anyway, let's get the thinking ones in rather than the ones that needed you to be alive 20 years before I was. And watch movies, which I also didn't really do. So fair enough. Page. Not my favorite Deadlock hero, but close enough. Page to Keeper. Change one letter in Page. To get a drink. So it's gonna eventually get to Pager. Down the line. Turn the page. Wait, I guessed Turin. How did I know that was an Italian city? How the fuck? I'm actually losing my mind. Where my brain was at? I typed it because I was like, that sounds kind of like an Italian city would. How did I know? I'm a fucking genius. The Cross of Turin. It's gonna be that one. So guessing it was the only option here. The Grail. The I don't know what the heroic artifact of Turin is, so we're gonna go the other way. So it's gonna be It's gonna be this. So one letter away from Keeper, and then it's gonna be Paper. Beeper. Okay. Pager. Yeah. Because it makes that sound. Anagram. Grape. Wine is made from many grape. Pine. Wipe. Mine. Rhine. Wind. It's 9. 1 plus 8. Wait, it's 1 plus 8. Am I crazy? Am I losing my mind? I'm losing my mind. Why is this? Why is it like this? Okay, Turin. The blank of Turin. Remove it and then anagram to get. So this is the units of time. And then this one is going to be. Let me give up on this one. The Shroud of Turin. Hours. After. Okay, what the fuck do you mean? Oh, one after. Yeah, that's tricky. That's tricky. No one would have thought to conjugate it that way if you're math pilled. But when you're not math pilled, I guess it's a word. It's a game of words. I was shooting up the wrong tree, as they don't say. Okay, octopus balls. It's takoyaki. You don't need to call them octopus balls. Octopus balls is crazy. It's gonna win. But can I be honest? £8 for the long chips and the octopus balls, as they mention it, or £2 for a beef roll from TKM, which I don't know what it is. I'm gonna vote for it. I'm gonna vote with my soul. Sour herring in a roll. Fried also available. I would pick the fried, but the apparent American style salt and pepper loaded crispy chicken fries is my. I'm a slop bowl savior of slop bowls. I'm voting for it. Okay, this time I'll play the game, not the person. Old English sausage. I don't know what's old English about it. Well, the curry chips and cheesy dog. Out of focus. This looks pretty decent. It's a bit over drizzled, but whatever. This is what you would make at home when you run out of bread for your sausage, and this is an insult to eat in a sporting event. To be honest with you, peas aren't available is also sending me. The loaded nachos look fucking pretty good. They look pretty good, man. All things considered, it's not going to be the £9 shit from ass Greek style that has never won. The moldy burger is going to lose. I didn't even need to look at the salmon and noodles. Just half decent cheeseburger and fries. That's really expensive because it's at the Olympics, so it's obviously expensive. Or honestly, a pretty good hot dog. Okay, it's gonna be the cheaper hot dog. I would be like, it's expensive because it's at the Olympics, but this one is like real. Meat skewer with farofa and molo verde with a baked potato. They're the equal difficulty item. Oh, the tenders and waffle chips. This is real Australian of me. I have to pick it. It's 90% for a reason, man. The tenders are okay. The waffle chips, the waffle fries look pretty good. But why did they half-ass the sesame seed? Like, why are the sesame seeds also like? Are those even? What is going on here? What is this like attempt to make like a barbecue glaze? This is also just not a pizza that you respect. The fact that the cut is like this lets you know this is the quarter, which is just insulting that would be the case. The Leeds tattoo really ties it all together, man. The fact that I lost to this, there's no shot this should ever have won, no matter what price it had. But, society isn't ready for that kind of rhetoric, it seems. It's a shame. It's a shame, really. It's a shame. Okay, let me send my balls. Ooh, I could go for the. Let me. Let's go safe. Let's go safe. Sometimes you just gotta go safe. Okay. Another safety net. I've gone pretty much as developer intended for this entire bit. So you gotta hit that side, because if you don't hit it, you end up in like this pocket, which is really not where you want to be. I mean, I haven't missed a shot. Ooh, you know what? You're tempting me to go for the. Oh, that would have been so good. Hey, 8 is really quiet. That's top 6%. I could have gotten better. But I respect the dedication on that one. I need to grab my phone for this, because this is one of the few games I actually keep a score on and doesn't have logins or accounts, so I have to do it in parallel on my device. Alright, let's send it. I'll play 1079. Sorry, not 19. My bad. Establishments in England. English Royal Forests. By the way, I'm close to midnight, so if I don't do this in 3 minutes, this may switch over and I'll have to go back and it'll spoil me on the next one. Not really. Natural regions of England. Wiltshire protected areas, special area. I don't know what the England National Park is called. Hampshire Park. New Forest. Okay, it's the New Forest. My bad, guys. Not that I would know what it would be called if they asked me the Australian. Fictional mutant animal superheroes and villains with nuclear or radiation abilities. Fictional dinosaurs and dragon slayers. King Kong. Okay, it's Godzilla. Did they make a Godzilla that... I guess... I don't actually know very much about Godzilla. I need to get that. I'm not a monster... Whatever you... Kaiju guy, I guess is the term. But yeah, okay. I guess in some movies he's the good guy because there's even worse guys. American women judges of Puerto Rican descent. Lawyers from the Bronx. Yeah, I don't know. Court of Appeal judges approved by Bill Clinton. I'm really unfamiliar with. Yes, Sotomayor. That's... You can't blame me for that one. Capitals in Asia. Districts of Laos. What is the capital of Laos? That's difficult. I should know this, to be honest. But Laos is one of those countries you hardly hear about. Even though it's right there. So, what is the capital of Laos? I've done it. I'm not going to pretend to know. I'm going to type Laos. Vientiane. Or Vientiane, depending on your... I don't know, maybe it's a political thing. I'm unfamiliar. 1931 births, 2022 deaths. Anti-nuclear weapons activists. Soviet Times Person of the Year. This is Gorbachev, right? Yes, this is Gorbachev. Tear down that wall type shit. Yes, I'm familiar. He was still around not too long ago. I remember. I looked it up like 4 years ago, being like, what's that guy up to? It turns out he was chill. Culture of Latin America. Psychological attitude. Sexism in Latin America. A 1930s phrase specific... I don't know, hombre. Machismo. I didn't think about that. But that makes sense. They should have extended it to beyond Latin America, because this is far from a Latin American exclusive now. 19th century American photographers. British people acquitted of murder who died of prostate cancer. Interesting set of... Yeah, I don't know Edward of Muybridge, quite frankly. Crops from Mexico that you can eat. Yeah. Symbols of Alabama, California, and Texas. This is a chestnut tree? It's a fruit tree, though. It feels like it should be chestnut. It's pecan. I was close, but not that close. Assistive technology, writing systems, augmentative and alternative communication. Latin script represent writing systems. But it's 1824, so what could it realistically be? I don't know. It can't be the alphabet. What do you mean writing? What is a writing system? I'm gonna type alphabet because I Braille. Okay. That's true. That's all true. So I guess I'm just stupid. I swear we've had Braille here before and I just didn't... I don't know. How odd. Male poets from the Russian Empire. From the Russian Academy. Untitled nobility. Romantic poets, duelists. I don't know. No good name comes to mind. I'm just gonna type Rasputin because it's obviously wrong. Pushkin. Yeah, I'm unfamiliar. Well, it's what you call a rough day in the office, but don't worry about all that. Because that's the dose for you, man. Some days it's good, some days it's bad. Some days, what was it? Gorp? Blorp is in the spell check. Some crazy stuff happens. Don't even fret. Thank you for watching, though. If you want to see more, like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Enjoy.